This morning with a breaking news update to a pedestrian crash that we've been telling you about all morning long. Rachel Cox-Rosen, Doug Turnbull, both in here this morning. And Rachel, unfortunately, I guess we knew at the time it was going to be bad, and we just got confirmation of that.
Yeah, so this crash was in Stonecrest, Turner Hill Road at Mall Parkway. And Doug Turnbull, our traffic reporter, my partner in crime, was actually at that scene. And what's this update we just got?
Yeah, we rolled up onto it actually within just a few minutes of DeKalb police clearing it there, and they had a wide perimeter set up on Turner Hill Road southbound there just south of I-20. And whenever we see anything like that, that's an indication that it at very least is going to be bad, and that's what we were told even before we got there. And then we learned just a few minutes ago that unfortunately a woman in the 5 o'clock hour this morning was on Turner Hill Road, got struck by a vehicle on the northbound side and actually hit into the southbound lanes and passed away. The driver did cooperate, and they were uninjured, and the truck, it was a pickup truck, and we have not, I believe, since then had the identity of the woman released, but unfortunately they did pass away.
Crosswalks, stoplights, anything out there?
It's very dark, I can tell you that. There are some crosswalks, but Turner Hill is a pretty wide road. It's like 3 lanes in each direction. So, and considering the lighting out there, even though there are a lot of businesses, it would be easy for something like that to happen if someone's in the wrong place.
All right. Well, sorry to bring you that news. Any better news this morning, though? Because I know traffic was an issue elsewhere. Are things improving right now?
Yeah, I would say so. A lot of the incidents we were covering earlier finally started to clear, and now we're starting to see more typical traffic for this time of day.
All right. What else you got for us this morning?
Well, we're going to bring a segment that we have in the earlier hours to your show, Dan. We
call it.
Yeah, we call it Road Work for Your Work Week. Lots of alliteration there. Let's talk about what we're going to have on the agenda for Road Work for Your Work Week. 10th Street sewer replacement sounds frustrating for my Midtown drivers. Old National Highway, some changes coming there, and Factory Shoals Road going to be closed for a number of days. So we're going to start with that 10th Street closure. Sounds familiar. I've definitely made this graphic a few times. It's going to be closed between Juniper Street and Piedmont Avenue for more sewer repair work for the next 3 weeks. Doug, why is this happening again?
Yeah, for sure. Well, you nailed it, sewer repair work. And when we got the press release about this, I was like, wait, in the exact same spot, the place that was closed all of September and reopened in time for Pride Weekend? I thought when it reopened it was done. And I actually reached out to the Department of Watershed Management. Here's some video that we shot, by the way, the day that after that closure went in place. And they said, yes, this is the second phase of this project. Now, you may be wondering, well, why do you need so long to do sewer repair? This is a planned closure, not an emergency. So it's basically to not only update a decades old, I forget the number, it's like 80 or 90-year-old system, but it's also to add capacity. I mean, Rachel, you and I, we both know a ton of people that live in Midtown and these giant buildings and many more buildings getting built, and you have to add capacity to be able to handle all of that. So that's why it's happening. It's supposed to reopen by the middle of next month. It's like already the end of January, so I'm like, it's the middle of next month, middle of February.
Yep.
And the detour is in place, basically simply involving 8th Street. And so hope it doesn't cause too big of a hassle for you.
Yeah, luckily Midtown drivers are kind of used to it at this point. That and Juniper, we've had to deal with a lot. Also want to talk about another project, some big changes coming to Old National Highway. They're going to be building what are called R-cut intersections at 3 different intersections at Old National Parkway, Old Bill Cook Road, and Jolly Road. So what's an R-cut intersection? Does anyone know?
No, I'm wondering.
I had to
Doug
look
knows.
this one up. I had to look it up for this, though, for real.
This is something I've run into in the past at my last job. So an R-cut intersection basically eliminates left turns because, those are the most dangerous kind of turns. I made a little rough graphic here. The example I used is Old National and Jolly Road, where they're doing one of these R-cut intersections. So as you can see here, folks are going to have to make a right turn and then a U-turn in order to go the other direction, so to go from south to north, for example, on Old National Highway. So it should eliminate some of the scarier crashes we see. So, and Doug, you looked into why exactly they're doing this on Old National.
Yeah, and R-cut intersections are just part of the adjustments there. We're eliminating those left turns or going straight across like 4 or 5 lanes, right? They're also adding raised medians to constrict where people can make those U-turns, all right? And that is to help protect pedestrians. They did a study some years ago, and Old National Highway had, there's any is too many, but they had an undue amount of pedestrians hit by vehicles. It's kind of a high-speed road and a lot of people on foot. So these, as you look at the picture here of Old National Highway and some of that construction, these adjustments are being made for that. This is about a $2 million project, and it's going to be done sometime in the winter of this year.
Yeah. Yeah, so just one more project to bring you guys, and it's another sewer replacement project, a storm pipe replacement, similar but not exactly the same. Doug and I found out about this morning. We asked GDOT about it. So Factory Shoals Road going to be closed at Highway 6 Thornton Road through Saturday evening when they do that work. So, Dan, that's all we got.
I love this segment, and you taught me something
thank you.
new, the R cut. Is it called the R cut because it's supposed to resemble an R in aerial view?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
We'll go
let's
with
say that.
We'll go with that?
I'm sure that's the reason.
We will find out.
No, I mean,
I think
don't
so.
know,
I
just
think
wondering.
No, that's actually really smart. I don't know. We had to look up what it was.
All right, whatever. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.